It began as a ruling. It became a dispute. And now, it is an active investigation. When police reopen a case once declared closed, it means one thing. The questions didn't go away.
Stay with us as we uncover every twist in this chilling case. And if you want more thrilling and investigative true crime stories, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for the next dark truth we expose.
Okay, George Webb in San Francisco, and I'm with the parents of Suchir Balaji. This is poor Nima, and this is Balaji, the father. We just, first of all, your condolences to seeing your only son's murder scene. We just went through the apartment, but we do, with the law, still have to have justice for Suchir, and we just went through the apartment and it looks like a murder. There's blood dropping straight down from a head injury by the sink. He looks like he has his earbuds in. Looks like he was cleaning his teeth, picking his teeth with one of those flossing things. Looks like he's hit from behind. One of the earbuds comes out. He knocks over the can. Then he's bleeding into the sink, straight down. Then they have him sit, and then they shoot him. And then he's trying to crawl out from the pictures. He's trying to crawl out to get help. He's grabbing the sides of the door trying to get out, and there's that big blood pool. Is that what you saw? That's what I saw.
Yes, we saw the same thing. Absolutely. And also, there's a sign of fight in the bathroom, and we've seen his blood on the sink also, edge of the sink, and that blood is very different from the main pool of blood.
Yes.
We see that he tried to hold the door, and he tried to run around, and the blood flow shows that he was in motion.
Crawling out.
He was in motion.
Yeah, and he was trying to seem to get to a phone or get out of the room, it seems like. And he wouldn't have ransacked his room like that. Everything was all over everywhere in the room. It looked like somebody was going through all of his things to try to find that thumb drive or something.
Yeah, important document.
We lost the pen drive. He had something in the pen drive. It was lost.
Yeah, but you do have the phone, and you can get to the phone with permission from the court, and you do have the laptop, and you can get in with the permission from the court. I don't know why they wouldn't give you that permission.
Yeah, they would give. It's just a matter of time and matter of process and the policy. We will get to that point when we get there, but it's in the safe lock right now. We're not holding it physically for our safety.
I got you. And he used to live here at 200, right, when he was on the first floor here at...
In the months that followed Suchir Balaji's death, one reality became impossible to ignore. The case was no longer just a closed file. It had become a national conversation, a global point of tension. And for one family, a relentless personal fight for answers that still has no end. Today, we conclude this series with the only version of this story that can be responsibly told. What is verified? What is claimed? What remains unanswered? And why the world continues to watch. We begin with the part of the story that is not contested, the official record. San Francisco police confirmed that the case, initially treated administratively as closed, was later described as active and open after continued requests and pressure from the family. This procedural shift did not overturn the official findings, but it did signal that investigators were still reviewing materials related to the case. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner released its final autopsy report, which reaffirmed the manner of death as suicide by self-inflicted gunshot. Police have stated publicly that they have found no evidence of foul play. What remains sealed are many of the underlying police incident reports, internal records, and investigative materials. Documents authorities say cannot be released while the case remains active. What we know for certain is simple. The official ruling stands. The investigation status remains active, and key records are still not public. But while the official record remains measured, the emotional reality, especially for the family, is anything but. When Suchir's parents traveled thousands of miles to the United States, they weren't just arriving at their son's apartment. They were walking into the last place he lived, the last room where he spoke, the silence he left behind. We do not repeat their unverified forensic claims here. But we acknowledge their grief, their confusion, and the deep emotional impact of standing in the place where their son's life ended. In their interview, the parents expressed frustration, not with speculation, but with access. They described the difficulty of obtaining documents, understanding the timeline, and receiving clear communication. They shared their belief that something about the case does not add up. And whether their assumptions are correct or not, their pain is real. And their questions are sincere. This emotional testimony cannot be ignored, not as evidence, but as a human reality. The family has stated publicly that they commissioned a second autopsy. They have spoken about their private pathologist's observations. But these details have not been released or confirmed by the San Francisco Police Department. It is essential to separate the claim from the verified record. Their assertion remains an important part of their pursuit of answers. But unless the findings are published, they cannot be treated as established fact.
The mysterious death of Suchir Balaji, a former OpenAI researcher, has taken a new turn as the San Francisco Police Department has termed the case as an active and open investigation after they initially ruled Balaji's death a suicide. This development comes amidst increasing scrutiny and unresolved questions surrounding the initial conclusion of suicide. Here's a detailed report.
Obvious murder. Even Elon Musk is saying it's a murder. Everyone, 99.9% of people who hear this, they know there is foul play.
Once deemed a suicide, the mysterious death of OpenAI whistleblower Suchir Balaji has taken a murky turn. The case is now an active and open investigation by the San Francisco Police Department. Suchir Balaji, a bright mind in artificial intelligence, was found dead in his San Francisco apartment earlier this year, soon after revealing what he called unfair practices by the AI giant like copyright breach. At first, authorities ruled his death as a suicide, citing no evidence of foul play. However, his family challenged this conclusion, raising questions about inconsistencies at the scene. Balaji's mother, Purnima Rama Rao, has been at the forefront of this battle for justice. She alleges that the initial investigation overlooked key evidence. According to her, a second autopsy revealed that her son was shot in the back of the head from an angle that would make self-infliction impossible. She also pointed to blood spatter on the bathroom floor and signs suggesting Balaji was trying to escape when he was attacked. But the family is facing challenges in providing concrete evidence. The secondary autopsy, which reportedly contradicts the initial findings, has not been made public. The department, along with the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner, refused to release the full incident report, citing the active investigation status. Additionally, the private pathologist hired by the family has declined to comment, adding a layer of mystery to the case. His mother even suggested potential conflicts of interest in the San Francisco city government and questioned the credibility of the city's medical examiner. The family's claims have raised serious allegations of cover-up.
As the family tried to navigate their grief, the wider world began to take notice. Mainstream outlets, including India Today, began amplifying the unresolved questions surrounding the case. But their coverage carried a critical benefit. It placed international pressure on local authorities. And brought global visibility to a case that could have otherwise faded into silence. The media did not solve the mystery, but they ensured the world kept watching. The conversation expanded even further when public figures began speaking out. Elon Musk, one of the world's most influential tech leaders, posted a comment expressing skepticism about the initial findings. This single post ignited hundreds of thousands of online reactions. And suddenly, the case was no longer a quiet local investigation. It was a public puzzle, one that the internet was determined to solve. Online communities asked the same questions the family asked. The same questions journalists asked. The same questions investigators continue to evaluate. And yet, despite the pressure, despite the attention, despite the scrutiny, the central questions remain unanswered. Authorities have not released the full incident reports or underlying investigative records tied to the case. No alternative cause of death has been issued. No suspect has been named. No revised conclusion has been announced. The only official position remains this: the autopsy ruling stands. And the investigation status remains active. Why does this case continue to resonate around the world? Because it lives at the intersection of three powerful forces. A grieving family searching for answers. A media machine amplifying every development. And an official investigation that remains partially sealed behind closed doors. This combination creates tension, the kind that leaves audiences unsettled, investigators cautious, and families desperate for clarity. And so, we end this series where the real world currently stands, not with closure, but with honesty. This is not a solved case. This is not a concluded story. This is a human tragedy wrapped inside an ongoing investigation. We do not know what happened in that apartment beyond what the official record confirms. We do not know why certain records remain sealed. And we do not know when further answers will come. But we do know this: The pursuit of truth, by the family, by the media, and by the public, is still alive. And until authorities release the remaining records, the world will continue to wait, to question, and to hope for clarity. This is the end of our series on Suchir Balaji, but not the end of the story.
You're watching Truth in Shadows, the State Crime Archives, where we uncover the darkest crimes, the betrayals of trust, and the stories hidden in the margins of public record. Here, every crime leaves a shadow, and every shadow tells the truth. If you're drawn to true crime told with depth, honesty, and cinematic detail, subscribe now. Like this video, share it, and join us as we explore cases where justice and deception collide.